Like, share, subscribe.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Number 2 is asking us to look at this inequality and then says which of the following answer choices are not true. It says specifically then each of the following must be true except. So I think the best way to answer this question is to go ahead and pick values that could be true for A, B, and C and try to pick some small, simple to work with numbers and then go through each of the answer choices. And if you happen to find just one that doesn't work, then you've got your answer. Now, if you find more than one that doesn't work, then you might have to adjust the values that you picked. Pick some different values, try it again, and see if you can narrow it down. But so if our inequality that we're examining is A is less than 0, is less than B, is less than C, then I want to pick numbers that will that'll work for this. So looking at this, A is less than 0, which means A has got to be negative. And since that's the only reference point I have, I'm just going to pick -1 for A. B is bigger than 0, so it's going to be positive, and so is C, but C's got to be bigger than B. B is the biggest here. I'm sorry, C is the biggest here. So I think I'm just going to go with 1 for B and 2 for C. Notice how I'm just picking very small, easy to work with numbers so that I can quickly test my answer choices. So just to recap, I'm picking -1 for A, 1 for B, and 2 for C. You can pick different numbers, like if you want to pick like -5, 5 and 10, or just whatever. As long as this inequality is true, it should work out. But again, it's possible that we get two of these. I guess it's possible we get none of these that are actually false, in which case we would have to try again. The way it's set up, we wouldn't get two that are false. It's either like they're all going to be true or one of them is going to be false. So let's just go through each of these answer choices and plug in the values we've selected and see which one is going to be correct. So the first one says A times C, so that'd be -1 times 2, which would be -2, is less than A times B, -1 times 1, so it'd be -1, and that is true. -2 is smaller than -1, so it doesn't look like A is going to be our answer choice. B says A squared is less than B squared is less than C squared. So A squared, -1 squared would just be 1. B squared is 1 squared is 1, and then 2 squared is 4. And this is not true because 1 is not less than 1. So this one doesn't have to be true. So it's looking like that's going to be our answer. But just to be on the safe side and make sure we didn't make any arithmetic errors, I'm going to go through the rest. It won't take very long, and just make sure that B is the right answer here. So for C, we've got A cubed is less than B cubed is less than C cubed. So -1 cubed would be -1. I guess I didn't throw in the 0 here. Oh no, that's okay. Let's see, so it's less than B cubed, so that'd be 1 cubed, which is also 1, and then 2 cubed is 8, and that is true. So I'm going to put a little check mark there. Choice D, A times B would be -1. B squared is just 1. And then B times C would be 1 times 2 is 2. So that is also true. So far it is still looking like B is going to be our answer here. And then finally E, we've got A squared, which would be -1 times -1 would be 1, times B, which would just be 1. So 1 is less than A squared times C. So that'd be 1 times 2 would be 2, and that checks out as well. So all these are going to be true except for B, and since the question is asking each of the following must be true except, B has to be our answer. So that's it for number 22. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.